Hello everyone, this is Roxon Liu from Oakland, California with a brief video of hernia sac recruitment to bridge a posterior gap in robotic eTEP incisional hernia repair. So this is a lower abdominal incisional hernia. The defect was kind of off to the left of midline. You can see a lot of bowel was incarcerated in there. So I opened up the sac to help reduce the bowel. So this left a big posterior opening. So here I'm dissecting preperitoneally in the lower abdomen, and I'm looking at the hernia sac and strategizing how I can recruit some of that sac and keep it pedicled to the peritoneum as I take it off of the abdominal wall to get into the left retrorectus space. So the hole that I have from opening up the neck of the sac isn't a big hole, so I really just need a small patch. So I'm not going to recruit the entire hernia sac. I'm looking at um, the ease of recruitment and the size of the sac, and looking at the hernia sac and the shape of the sac, it was easiest to recruit the caudal aspect of the sac. And here you can see I essentially got into the subcutaneous space, and here's the white is the pseudosac, and the stuff, the more flimsy stuff on that you see to the right of the white is the peritoneum. So my goal is to divide the pseudosac, but keep the peritoneum intact so that this patch could be pedicled to the peritoneum. So this is taking the peritoneum off of the left posterior rectus sheath, and then eventually getting into the left retrorectus space. Here I'm showing that I'm going to try to finish cutting the uh, pseudosac, and now I'm preperitoneal. I'm going to keep the recruited sac pedicle to the peritoneum. And here I'm going to continue doing my preperitoneal dissection. And once I have enough space, then I'm going to use this little lollipop-like pedicle patch to help close this defect. So you can see the top of the bladder, essentially. So I'm just going to take a 3/0 V-lock 180 and just sew around this pedicled flap circumferentially to help patch this posterior gap. Sometimes I have actually recruited a free flap, not having a pedicle, but leaving a pedicle just makes it easier to suture because you have one point of fixation, and so you don't have a very floppy, loose flap to try to sew as a patch. So you can see how it filled that hole very nicely so that there was no tension in the posterior layer. So just something to think about when you have a posterior gap. Look up at the sac and see if there's anything you can recruit. Thank you very much.